Spoilers, if you have not seen The Boys episode 5, you shouldn't be here. If not, if you have, great, and if not, we're going to spoil the shit out of it. That being said, Joe from Fall One Gaming, give me that countdown, homie.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get over here! Hi, I'm martial art master Daniel Casino. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. You are tuning in to NerdCage Live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Don't miss an episode or you'll get caged. So let's finish him.
This is Anthony Marquez, better known as Kung Lao for Mortal Kombat. Make sure to like and subscribe to NerdCage Live. Be there. Us.
Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo, the OG Sindel. Please like, subscribe to NerdCage Live.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful!
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe. The galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
About
Yo, that's diabolical.
humanity.
Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Resident Evil.
Greetings, citizens! You're now trapped in the nerd cage. We hope you have a smashing good time.
You're now about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Yes, hello, welcome. That's right. Once again, you are trapped in NerdCage Live. This ain't just a reaction show, but a debate show and a live discussion on everything that makes people like you and I tick. So thank you for joining us once again as we continue the coverage of Amazon Prime's The Boys, full-on spoiler discussion as we are on episode 5 tonight. So while you're here, if you're new to the channel, please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, certified geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, the land of the orange, Syracuse, New York. And always among us, it is our moderator and trollhammer and co-host, Joe from Fall One Gaming. What's poppin', my dude?
Today we are going to do this spoiler discussion of episode 5 of season 3 of The Boys with none other than Tab Mark 99 and the Pretty Guardian.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight, everybody. Before we get started, who do we got in the chat, Joe?
In the chat tonight we have Dion from Off the Beaten Podcast.
Hey, I'm glad you were here.
Hey,
Even
Dion.
you're not here, but you're here. We appreciate you tuning in, man. And yes, kind of a shorter episode. Not shorter, but not as heavy with content to talk about. So this might be a quicker discussion.
It might be, but then again, it might not be. I'm here, and I can be a little long-winded sometimes.
You know what? And that's why we love you, man. So why don't we go around the circle real quick? Go ahead, Tabmark99. Go ahead, introduce yourself, plug whatever you want to plug in, and give us your general thoughts on episode 5.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is TabMock99. First of all, I want to say to both Jay and Joe, thank you so much for having me on, and thank you guys in the audience for watching. Yes, you can find me on youtube.com/TabMock99. In fact, TabMock99 is where I am on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm known for my Mortal Kombat stuff, so this is a little off-brand for me because I'm going to be talking about The Boys, Season 3, Episode 5 with you guys, and I am so excited to talk about this because, first of all, I love this franchise. I fell in love with the series ever since I first discovered it when it was first debuted on Amazon Prime. Totally missed out on Season 2. I didn't realize there was a Season 2 until just recently when Season 3 started. So I got all caught up. I watched all of Season 2, binge-watched all of Episode 3, and then I got to see Episode 5 right when it debuted. So I am right there with you guys. I saw it. If you were watching it like the day it came out, the day it dropped, I'm right there with you.
Awesome. And what'd you think of Episode 5?
So what are my thoughts? First of all, I love the social commentary of this episode. I love it in the franchise as a whole. I will say they did what Star Wars did in Episode 3. They got a little bit sloppy with the social commentary. So let me just kind of back up a little bit and explain what I mean. First of all, how many of you guys are familiar with Star Wars Episode 3? Everybody's seen it, right?
Unfortunately,
Yes.
I am.
I can spoil it for you. I know. I don't have to worry about spoiling The Boys because we're all caught up there. All right. Episode 3 of Star Wars. Palpatine tells Anakin, right, that he can teach him the dark side of the Force. He can get him into it. You know, it's not really anything to worry about. It's just another point of view, right? Like, it's like morally gray area. It's morally ambiguous. That you've been told all your life it's a bad thing. It's not really all that bad. It's just not bad. It's not better or worse. It's just different. Okay. What Emperor Palpatine's using to get Anakin in, to lure him in, was a theory called moral relativism. So the commentary that George Lucas was making is that moral relativism is bad. But by the end of the movie, he's flipped the script. It's like he forgot which side of the moral relativism argument he was on. He started teaching, like, Anakin was, Obi-Wan tells him only a Sith sees things in absolutes. He means moral absolutes. Now they've switched who's arguing for moral relativism and who's against it. If you watch Episode 3 and you pay attention to that part, you'll see what I mean. Back to The Boys, and why I compared it to Star Wars Episode 3 is because The Boys was making a lot of social commentary on cancel culture. A lot of the guys, like the racist superhero Blue Hawk, is like, oh my God, am I getting canceled, right?
Yeah.
But look at Vought. Look what the Deep did. He started firing anybody. He started looking at people's tweets from 10 years ago and firing them if they were on board. So actually, cancel culture is happening. So the show got a little bit sloppy with this. Are they making fun of people who are worried about cancel culture? Are they saying that it's a big, serious problem? Where are they on this exactly? It seemed like the writers missed the mark and couldn't quite decide exactly where they stood on this issue. That aside, I loved the episode. I loved what they were doing with the hypocrisy of Billy Butcher using superpowers to take down Supes. That goes against everything they stand for. Mother's Milk explained it perfectly. We do what we do because nobody should have that kind of power. Well, if you believe in your cause, you'll do what's anything. You'll even break your own rules because you think your side is right. That's the way people are in their real world. We don't live in the world of fairies and dancing dildos. We live here on planet Earth. So I think I love the way that he justified his own hypocrisy. And let's look at A-Train's hypocrisy for a minute. He's out there all of a sudden concerned about innocent lives getting destroyed. But I remember back in season 1 when he was ready to kill Huey and ready to kill Huey's dad if Huey didn't show up. A-Train is a complete fucking asshole. Now we're supposed to believe he cares about the innocent. He killed his own girlfriend. So A-Train latching onto Black Lives Matter, he is a total fucking hypocrite. All he cares about is if this is going to boost his own career. And if he didn't think this was going to boost his own career, he wouldn't be touching this issue. I love the way this episode covered pretty much everything. One more thing they missed the mark on, and then I promise I'm going to let Pretty Guardian speak.
You're good.
One more thing I wanted to cover. Where are we on the Russia issue? I get it. A lot has changed from season 2, and there's original material that we've got to stick to or maybe deviate from. And the situation has changed in the world, so the political commentary has to change with it. Having said that, Russia was the one that the Nazi girl, Stormfront, was using, right? She built up a whole army of Russian trolls. That's based on a real thing that happened. Russia was sending trolls out to do political memes. Some of them were for Trump. Some of them were for Hillary. Some of them were for Bernie. The Russian trolls were just creating all kinds of division and conflict and meddling in America's election. And that's what they were doing in The Boys. That's the social commentary they were doing. But Russia had a freaking American hero trapped the entire time? Are they on Stormfront's side here? Are they capturing our guys? What would Stormfront have said if she had known? Or did she know? Where are we exactly with the Russia thing? I feel like there's a lot of holes here.
I got a theory. We'll get into it. I do have a theory on Soldier Boy. We will get into that. But man,
excited to hear it.
Well, wow, that was great. Now it's like, all right, show's over. Tabmo just laid it all out.
No, I feel like there was a lot of stuff in there we could dive into, really.
Or stuff that I didn't even mention that I would love to hear from you guys. What parts stood out to you?
We will definitely get to that, but I want to give the floor to Pretty Guardian, so go ahead, plug yourself in, and give your general thoughts on episode 5, if you could, please.
Thank you so much for having me. I always love being here to rock around in the nerd cage. And so I am Pretty Guardian. You can find me at youtube.com/prettyguardian. I make gaming videos. Let me be your gateway drug to JRPGs. So with episode 5, I really enjoyed this one. One of the things that stood out to me is I loved how they set up the parallels between Homelander and Maeve, where she had that like intense conversation with him where she was like, we all fucking hated you. And then they also set up that same conversation at the end with the Crimson Countess and Soldier Boy, where she was like, we all fucking hated you. And so I felt like kind of connecting those lines between the similarities of Soldier Boy and Homelander. I thought that was very well done. And I really enjoyed this episode. To me, it kind of set the tone of what we're going to see in the next few episodes as we kind of reach the season finale here.
Yes,
so I really enjoyed seeing those blocks be put into place.
Absolutely. Very, very well said. And again, just a final reminder, links in the description. Please sub these fine people up. Their Twitch, their YouTube, all that good stuff. Joe, tell them about tomorrow and tell them about Tuesday. And then, of course, give your general thoughts on episode 5.
Alrighty. Tomorrow, we go back to Mortal Kombat Deception Conquest mode.
Yes.
And then on Tuesday, we step back into the world of survival horror with Resident Evil Remake.
Yes, Twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
I believe this has a very good chance to be the finale.
Yes, both of these streams probably will be the finales for Mortal Kombat Conquest finale and Resident Evil finale. So, yeah, if you guys want to see the end game of these campaigns, hang out with us. That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live, starting at 8 o'clock on Friday and 8 o'clock on Friday and 8 o'clock on Tuesday, Eastern Standard Time.
Sounds like you guys are this close to collecting the 6th and final Kamidogu.
Ah, there you go.
Wow. I did not expect them to bust that out.
No, I didn't expect to bust it out either, but here we are.
Yes. I knew we had to have you today. I mean, we knew we had to squeeze Mortal Kombat in some way, somehow.
Yeah, so as far as the boys, I love this episode. There's a lot of good action, a lot of good twists and turns. The only thing that I thought, and I scratched my head on why they did it, but it is what it is that damn dance number.
I loved it!
I loved it too.
The only thing I can think of is they did the same type of thing on Hawkeye. So I was thinking maybe that was kind of
they were parodying La La Land is what they were parodying.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That was one of those movies I, unwillingly sat through with, my ex-girlfriend at the time. So, like, I was just like, oh, God, here we go. So that's why I was kind of, like, familiar. Like, oh, yeah, this is their...
Gotcha, okay.
And actually, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm only going to say this only once. Don't ever bring it up again. I didn't hate La La Land. I was like one of those. I was just like, oh, I don't want to sit through this, but I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I did. But yeah,
I will say this:
it was a cute little dance number, and I also watched the behind-the-scenes making of that. Go ahead, Tabma.
Well, when an actor is in a TV show and they're also capable of singing and they've got range, the writers are given the challenge of figuring out a way to cram that into the scene somehow, make it work within the context of the show that there's an excuse for them to be singing. So they will look for any way they can to make that happen.
And to that point,
it was charming. I thought it was funny that the little urinal things in the hospital workers were using them as drums. I thought that was funny.
Frenchie was such a good dancer. I was super impressed by the way he just jumped into it and nailed every move. Like, he made it look so natural.
If that were me, they would have to use some kind of a stunt double or maybe CG.
Yeah.
I'd have to wear a mocap suit. I don't know, something.
I thought it was charming. You could tell they were having fun.
They were.
My only, I guess, I'll give my general thoughts real quick, but before I give my general thoughts, just my only question to you guys is one thing, maybe it went over my head, maybe it didn't, but right before Frenchie got captured, and, obviously we saw that dance number, and we can assume it was imagined, but when she spoke, did she really speak, or was that part of her imagination? Did she really speak or no? Because he takes off and says, "Hey, I'll be back. I'll go grab coffee or whatever." Did she actually speak before they started singing, or was that just her fantasizing about herself speaking?
I think that part was real.
Fantasy.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going with real.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't realize if it was real or not. But
look, the actress who plays Kamiko, she can talk, she can sing, she's got a great voice. How long does she really want to keep playing a mute character for? I think they're going to give her the ability to speak again. I think that's what they're building up to with that.
Yes.
So I think that part was real, but maybe they'll go into that maybe next episode.
Yes, which is up, by the way. It is episode 6 is up right now on Amazon.
Oh, nice.
So as soon as we get off, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna stay up late.
Yes.
All right, so my general thoughts real quick. The thing I liked about this episode, now, yes, compared to the previous 4, was it light on the violence and the action compared to the other 4? Yes. That doesn't mean I disliked it less. I liked it just as much, and the reason why I liked it, and I think our awesome guests both touched on it, that it's setting up for what's about to go down for these last 3 episodes. Basically, this whole thing was a setup for Homelander versus Soldier Boy. It's exactly what I want. So yeah, I'm happy that I'm getting what I want, and they set it up magically. And as far as all the social commentary, it was cool, but again, I felt like this episode was a set up episode, and I thought it was set up perfectly. So yes, I absolutely loved it. And let's see here. So yeah, that's my general thoughts. So sorry, I'm thinking. So let's talk about. Okay, where do you guys want to start? Do you guys want to start with the dance number, or you guys want to start with the incident with what's his nuts there?
Blue Hawk.
Oh my gosh, A-Train. Or do you want to talk about the Crimson Tide thing, or where do you guys want to start?
I have all my notes in order.
Oh,
shit,
you know
guys
what,
take
Joe?
notes?
Let's go through your notes and we can.
The first thing I have on here is the beginning with the footage of Soldier Boy getting tested by the Russians. So
Let's talk about that.
You got him getting shot at, getting like acid baths and all that stuff.
And
So,
the eye's
really-
his weak point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty striking, pretty shocking actually to see some of that.
You know, it seems to me like if we did have a superpowered guy and somehow he fell into enemy hands, they would want to see what his weakness is, and they would try and make their own, and they would try and learn what he's capable of, what his strengths and weaknesses are, what are his limitations, and how can they defeat him or kill him.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you had a superpowered being of any kind, no matter what government got a hold of him, ours included, they would want to see how far they could push it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
and
100%.
Tadmok, you got me thinking about like when you were making the connection with Stormfront and the Russian trolls and stuff. It almost got me thinking, like, what if Vought was behind the Russian kidnapping of Soldier Boy and testing on him and stuff like that to build up their data and everything and pull him out of the picture?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
I'm just thinking thoughts.
You know, it seemed like a little bit of a hole, like a plot hole, and they need to fill that hole with something. So yeah, that could do it.
Or maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just gloss over it and leave us hanging.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
But sometimes the fans make up their own theories. It's a lot of fun to speculate. So I like where you're headed.
We do a lot of speculation here.
Well, the thing was, I just feel like again, just touching base on the previous episode, is that the Russians are experimenting on Soldier Boys because I think there's, like I said, there's the American hate, there's the Seven hate, and I'm just gonna go on. The Russians' intent was to turn Soldier Boy into their weapon against Homelander in the United States and the Seven. And
Homelander wasn't really around at that point when Soldier Boy was taken, though, was he?
No. Homelander is more new to the scene, but I will say this. You're right, because not Homelander, Soldier Boy and Stormfront both have that one thing in common where they really didn't age. They kind of stayed young for many, many years, and not all soups do that.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just my thoughts, because like I said, the previous episode kind of gave it away, because like I said, the Havoc, like, you know, Havoc from X-Men, like the stomach beam, it shows that it could, you know, take away, you know, the other soups' power, weakens them, which I'm sure might just prediction. I think Kamiko is eventually gonna get her powers back some way, somehow, where they inject her again, or she gets injected, or what could happen is maybe she recovers, like maybe her recovery is taking longer than usual after getting hit with that beam. So I just think this was their plan. Like, they're turning Soldier Boy into their weapon. And of course the boys unleashed him, and and then of course Billy you know, convinced him to, like, hey, we could use your help. But another prediction I'm going to say here is I feel like it's going to backfire. I feel what's going to happen is, and I'm jumping way ahead right now, I feel what's going to happen is sorry, I'm lost my train of thought here, that Soldier Boy's going to be worse than Homelander, and they're going to regret that decision. That's just where I'm...
Yes,
that's what
I was thinking the same thing. It's a big question. Who's worse? They are planting seeds that Soldier Boy is a... Now, to be fair to him, he's from a different time. He was raised in a different world. The values that he was raised with are values that we have today, our modern sensibilities. They would be shocking to someone from that era. For somebody like Blue Hawk, he doesn't really have that same excuse, and that we can't really afford him that same luxury. We didn't get to really see much of Blue Hawk. We're being told that he's a bigot, and we're being told that there's these incidents and that he's over-policing black neighborhoods. But that's something that we've never really gotten to see firsthand. So I'm thinking they're going to have us, maybe a little bit more exposition, maybe some flashbacks. We're going to have a little bit more to go on to see just how much of an asshole Blue Hawk is. I'm sure he's every bit as bad as all the guys up there in the Seven.
Not just that, but also at the very end there where Starlight says to Huey, like, you do realize this guy was a murderer and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I think that kind of, like, the show, like, focused in on that. Like, hey, why are you helping this guy? He's a murderer and this on and so forth. So, that's another thing I just want to add to that is I feel like they're kind of foreshadowing, like, hey, this is gonna backfire and you're gonna find out that Soldier Boy is actually worse than
yes.
Well, I was almost wondering, like, if Soldier Boy really intended to even work with them. Like, he could just go meet Homelander and then decide to completely change sides.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be on Team Butcher for very long. Either way.
I wanted to talk to something else, Jay, that you sort of hinted at when Starlight is talking to Huey. What is going on with that relationship? Are they going to make it? She's pressuring him to be honest with her, and he's like, oh, yeah, I'm done with that Compound V, or Temp V, I guess it's called now, the temporary one.
I have thoughts on that, too.
He took it, and he got superpowers, and he hasn't really been honest with her about other stuff that he was up to either. At some point, he's going to say, enough is enough. All I'm asking for you is to be honest. She helped him with a lot of stuff, him and Billy, too. Like, he killed an innocent guy to hijack his car a few episodes ago, and they didn't really want to do that, and Billy kind of doesn't really care. Billy's kind of a hypocrite here. He's almost as bad as the Supes, where if innocent people get in his way, let them die. That's his whole problem with the Supe, and he's starting to show some of those same characteristics himself. Yeah. And he's kind of a bigot. This episode is all about anti-bigotry, but they've called Billy a hypocrite too, because he'll go right up to the Supes, and he'll say, you guys are really a problem. We need to be done with you, all of you. Yeah. But then he'll take that serum himself, and now he's in a relationship with Maeve, and it's about to get like 5 more levels of complicated.
Yes, and I'm glad you brought up Billy and the hypocritical thing. And like you said, Mother's Milk kind of grilled him for that, saying, "Hey, we're here to the whole point of doing what we do is because no one should have that kind of power and so on and so forth." Which is another funny thing is like, I was gonna bring it up at some point. Let's just say, one of my favorite scenes was involving these two.
There you go.
Yeah. Let me just so everybody can see here. It's my Funko Pops of Queen Maeve.
Those things out.
But yeah, I just thought that was just kind of funny because Billy has made it clear that he hates the Supes and so on and so forth. But
he was hate fucking her.
He got it on with her, and I'm just like, I'm like, yes. Sorry, I love Queen Maeve. She's amazing. Just saying.
I did like how they started that scene though, where she's like, I haven't drank in 3 months. And he's like, it's been over a year for me.
That was great. I'm sorry. That was like a great piece of television. And yeah, the memes are out there too, with that particular scene. But yeah, now I'm not familiar with the comics, so I didn't like see it coming. So when it happened, I'm just like, oh wow, they're really doing this.
So let me ask you guys this.
Yes.
There's a lot of other superhero shows and movies and whatever where they'll have something that can neutralize their powers, whether it's some kind of a collar that they put around them or some sort of a room that with dampeners or whatever. There's a lot of stuff like that, but this show doesn't have anything. Not yet. So what are the odds, do you think, in your opinion, I want to hear from everybody, that they're going to introduce some sort of a device or maybe a serum, like an antidote to Compound V, that will take a Supe and turn them into a normie?
That's actually... I'm wondering, now that you mentioned it, it makes me wonder why that's the way Giancarlo Esposito's character is the way he is. And maybe he knows he's got that weaponized against, so if in case Homelander were to strike him or something. I don't know, just throwing that out there. Maybe you're right. That's actually a good thought.
Are you talking about like the X-Men kind of way with where they have the cure?
There was a spin-off of X-Men called The Gifted that I was thinking of, where there was a major plot hole in that show where all the mutants were in these camps and they were being given collars and it neutralized their powers. And yet this one guy, the main character, found out that he was a mutant. He was having all these powers and he hated it, and they kept messing him up. And it's like, well, why don't you just put on one of those collars? Since the government loves putting them around mutants so much, that somehow never crossed anyone's mind. It wasn't brought up once on the show. But I feel like if the boys introduced something like that, they would do it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get one of those collars from the Gifted around Homelander, bam, now you can finally take down that son of a bitch.
Yes. Pretty Guardian, what about you? Do you think there's some kind of like cure as a weapon or an antidote for Compound V?
I could absolutely see it. For me, I feel like there just has to be something that Stan Edgar has up his sleeve. And whether that's like a soup that he knows has his back, or whether it's some sort of cure type weapon for Compound V, there has to be something there. And I'm convinced of that piece. So whatever it is, we'll find out, hopefully.
Absolutely. All right. Joe, what else on your notes there? Do you got anything on the incident there with Blue Hawk and
well, we kind of glossed over the board meeting.
Refresh my memory, because I watched it a week
where Ashley's addressing everybody, and then Homelander comes in and says, "Yeah, you can sit down.
Oh,
I got
yes. Yup, I remember now. So yeah, Homelander's just like, he's trying to like enforce his power, sort of say. I'm not saying like his superpower, but his political power and his working power over the board meeting. Yes, I remember that was actually that was a good scene actually.
Yeah, well, Heavy is the head that holds the crown. He thought he wanted this type of responsibility, and not only did he probably not really want it, but he's certainly sure as fuck not ready for it. Yeah. So I think it goes back to what like Giancarlo Esposito was saying. Homelander's going to wreck himself. Yeah. And we're just seeing all of the enemies he's making, all of his mental unraveling, kind of all those pieces being put into motion.
Some of the public responds very well to that, but that can't last. And I agree with you. We are seeing him start to become undone. He had this whole facade early on. It was like, oh, you guys are the real heroes. Everybody loved it. Now the facade is starting to fall apart. He's like, you know what? I'm the real hero. Well, you're going to lose some people like that. Hey, some people might follow him even harder, but they're going to start dropping off. And especially now with Edgar, what do you think about that Congresswoman? You think she's going to be on Edgar's side or Homelander's side?
I don't know. I wonder if she's faking him out, like she's pretending to be on his side.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking down the line. I think it's a big fake out. But I also want to point out too earlier is that, they're showing like Homelander didn't know how to lead. You know how like when Soldier Boy was destroying shit down in New York, and like Starlight saying we should do something. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna like do something about this or what? And he didn't know how to handle it. He didn't know who to send down. He didn't want. I think that was him being scared. Like he didn't want to face. He saw that kind of power, and he was like, hell no, So I think he was trying to weasel out of it. And at the same time, he couldn't like assign any of the heroes to do something about it. So that was actually quite telling as well. Is that looks like Homelander might actually be like he actually might see like he fears for the first time we see him fear another suit.
Well, to what you're saying, we've never really seen Homelander in a fight. We know he's powerful, right? But I don't know. I don't really trust in his capability. So I feel like if there was somebody like Soldier Boy to stand up for him, to stand up against him, I could see Homelander cracking pretty easily. And he probably is scared about going up against a soup of that level. So I'm kind of with you there, Jay.
Okay. Joe, you got anything on that one or no?
Well, back to the board meeting for a second is I noticed that it was more of him just trying to get everybody to shower him with compliments and stuff. And as soon as somebody stood up and said, "Yeah, down to business," he was like, "No, I'm not in this for business." It's like, how dare you? Get the hell out.
You know, the sad thing is, she was just saying, typically in situations like this, EBIT Dad drops, and how are we going to handle this on the call? And like, well, that's a legitimate question. She's asking for his input. And he's like, oh, you think you know better than me? It's like, no, I think you know better, Homelander. That's why I'm asking, how do you think we should handle it just in case it does drop? Like, she didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
She kind of fell apart once he confronted her, and you know, nobody respects that. If she had stood her ground a little bit, he would respect her for it. But no, she just embarrassed herself. Ashley made her leave.
Yes. All right.
I thought she had done nothing wrong until she was challenged by Homelander. That's when she just lost it.
Yep. Okay, so let's see. Am I forgetting anything else before we get to the Crimson and her?
Well, I want to talk about the relationship between Starlight and Healy for just a second more.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So towards the beginning of this season, when Starlight is kind of realizing like, oh, Homelander's unraveling, he's going up against Stan Edgar, maybe I should leave the Seven and kind of take myself out of the situation. She had that phone call with Healy where he kind of took that deep breath and he was like, no, you need to stay and you need to distract him. To me, that showed like a wanton disregard for her life and her well-being. And to me, that's where I was like, oh, there's no way she can stay with him, because whatever path he's going on, he no longer really cares about her. And so when we're seeing these situations where he's kind of being dishonest again and this rift is growing between them, I don't want them to come back together. I feel like whatever happens to them or like for them in their future, it needs to happen separately at this point.
Yeah, just to tack on that, there was a line in there, and it's all coming back to me. Like I said, it's been a week. There's a line that she said, remember where he was saying, like for once, I want to be powerful so I can save you instead of you saving me. And she's like, I just need you to be you. I don't need you to save me, or I don't need you to be, all powerful and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, oh, damn. Like, ooh, that struck a nerve just saying. And it's like, I'm actually, I don't want to see them split, but I feel like it's going to happen. Now, again, I'm just going to reiterate, I don't read the comics. And in fact, I'm going to wait to read the comics until the show's over, because I don't want to spoil anything for myself. But yeah, it's like, you see this rift growing between them, and you're seeing Huey, I hate to use this term, but he's becoming a drug addict. Like, he likes, I think he likes Compound V. He's got a taste of it. He likes it. He wants more of it. And it's getting in the way of his relationship. Even though you can argue that the first time he did it, he did ultimately save the team. And maybe after he saved the team, he's like, okay, now I feel worthy. Now I can save people. I'm going to keep doing it, So, yeah, that shit was fucking bananas, And like I said, that, like, as Pretty Garden just tapped on the rift that's growing between them just because of his addiction, to sort of say,
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what? Who can blame him? I mean, his arm was broken and now it's healed. Like, you don't have to deal with broken bones anymore. You don't have to live with being a frail mortal. You don't have to deal with having your girlfriend step in and fight your battles for you. It's like, this changes everything. It does change the nature of both of them and the dynamics of the relationship.
Yes, right.
And I thought it was fine for him to go in and tell Annie, no, stick with it, stick with the plan, because I honestly felt like in that moment, he was trying to do what was best for Starlight, for Annie. I didn't really see that as the same problem the way you did, Pretty Guardian. I didn't see that part as being problematic. The problem I thought of is he's just not being honest with her about what his ultimate plans are. Even if he has the best of intentions, he needs to be on the same page as her, or this isn't going to work.
I mean, it doesn't help that, she's in the Seven and he's, with the group, the boys, who are basically against the Seven. So, yeah, it's...
And now Billy's with Maeve.
Toxic.
And now Billy's with Maeve. So there's going to be two people who have a girlfriend in the Seven.
Oh, yeah.
All right, now do you guys want to talk the Crimson Tide and that?
Well, I do have a small note here.
Yes. Go ahead, plug away.
When Starlight is talking to A-Train about, blowing them in about supersonic and everything. He does have a moment there, and I still can't tell if this was authentic or if this was, him just trying to pull the wool over her eyes, but he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And, I did make that prediction, and I was like, there is a chance that maybe he really doesn't know what she's talking about. And if that's the case, my prediction may still be on the table.
And I'm sorry, Joe, refresh my memory. What was your prediction again?
My prediction was that they kind of did a body double of Supersonic, and he never actually died.
That's right. So Tab Monk wasn't here last week. So, Joe, explain again to Tab Monk about your potential twist.
Yeah, because his face was completely mutilated. So you don't really see if that's actually him or not. They could have put anybody in that suit. And I was going to say that basically he could still be alive and he could be on Homelander's side. Yeah. And because we never got to see his powers. And it's like, why would you have an entire character who's a love interest and everything never once showcase his powers? So...
that's a bold prediction. And I'm beginning, the more I think about it, the more I'm like,
I kind of hope not, because I sort of like death to actually mean something, and I don't want it to become one of these shows where, we thought he died, but it turns out there was some miraculous...
That doesn't mean he's never going to die. It just means he's not dead yet.
So far, deaths have been permanent on this show. If they do one fake out death, okay, they can do it once, but they better not do it a lot.
Yeah, no, I agree to that, but it makes you think, dude. It really does.
But you have... I wasn't convinced at first, but you have pretty solid reasoning there. They should show superpowers for someone like that.
Yeah.
The other reasoning was the fact that, he was the original love interest, and to see Huey steal his girl from him might have triggered him enough to go, I'm switching sides. Fuck this.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back. Let's go back to a minute, because we talked about this a couple times. Billy hooking up with Maeve. I mean, I like the way Pretty Guardian said it, that he's Tate fucking her. But how much of this do you think is, you know what? Homelander went after my girl. I'm going to go after his now. How much do you think this is personal? He wanted to mess with Homelander.
True.
I don't think he ever would have done this back when Becca was alive, but now she's gone.
I agree. I don't think he would have done it if Becca was alive, and, Sorry, it's just such a great scene. I keep reminiscing about it. But yeah, no, I didn't even think of that. And
how much do you think the next time Billy and Homelander confront each other, Billy's gonna bring that up and rub his face in it?
Oh yeah, and that's not to mention, I'm sure she spilled the guts, I'm sure she told him everything that maybe he doesn't know already about Homelander.
Homelander figured it out. He said, I can smell them all over you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was gonna say he's got enhanced senses, so yeah, it makes sense.
He knows.
He knows. And then that's another thing. So I'm just gonna say right now, I'm sure Queen Maeve is still alive. I know some people were DMing me like, "Whoa, what the hell happened?" Well,
for now,
it was Black Noir, right? It was blink if you miss it. It was Black Noir that knocked her out, right?
It was, yes. I rewinded it just to make sure.
Remember, she shoved the almond joy in his mouth, so this is like him getting revenge on her.
That's true.
Do you remember the almond joy from?
Oh yeah, he's got allergies, and then in the flashback he said he's got allergies. Like, we know what that is.
Shoved the almond joy in his mouth.
Everybody's got a freaking weakness.
Now he got revenge and knocked her ass out, and then okay, I'm sorry, it's been a minute here. Now Starlight was it Maeve and Starlight got attacked, or was it just Maeve? I don't remember. Someone else that got attacked.
I think it was just Maeve.
Okay.
I do remember rewinding it to be like, wait, what did I just see? And yes, it was Black Noir.
Yeah. Let's see here. Just a heads up here in the chat, Mr. Faye, behave. I'm saying this once and only once.
Gee, what did he do?
No, nothing yet. But I'm just want to make sure. I'm just looking out for everybody.
Yeah, you behave, buddy, and that goes for the rest of you.
All right. Yes, exactly. Listen, like I said, I don't want Joe to use the hammer, but he's got the hammer ready, so I don't want to have to use that.
Oh.
Yeah. So I just want to get that out of the way. But thank you for being here. So
we love to have you.
Yeah. This is a friendly environment, just saying, okay? So, so Maeve got knocked out, and then it was, I'm sorry, who was it? I can't remember. Nadia, right?
The congresswoman?
Yes, yeah, Nadia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were the ones that got attacked. So, yeah, So what do you guys think happened to them? We're assuming they're not dead, so what do you think happened to them?
Geez, I was just kind of gonna wait for them to show us. Like, all right, we'll see. Maybe
I assume she's being held in some sort of like secret facility, like a Homelander Vought-led facility where they can imprison Soups.
Yeah. If they have something like that, they do. They have a whole. That's right. They have that whole floor.
Right. I think it'd be really cool to see some sort of breakout happen where like Starlight and Healy or any of them go in to save her.
Starlight was in that prison. Her powers were neutralized.
Mm-hmm.
They need a portable thing. They need something like that on a portable level. That's how they take out Homelander. They need to trick him into a room or something. God,
well, we know that they can incapacitate Soldier Boy. So let Soldier Boy take out Homelander and then do whatever you need to do to him.
Whatever happened to Soldier Boy, they could do to Homelander, yes.
Yes, I didn't, yeah, I mean, we'll see. But I'm assuming, I'm going to agree with Pretty Garden here is that they're in some kind of facility here. And we're probably going to find out in episode 6, which is up. That's why I like
after this.
That's why I like doing these spoiler discussions is because, I like to give everybody a week to watch. And that way we don't have, and then once we're done talking about it, we can go right into the next episode, and then we can, I like to give people time to watch the episode and whatnot. So I'm glad that we did this now, and then we get to watch the new episode like immediately after. All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The next thing I had on here was Blue Hawk killing A-Train's brother.
Oh, that was
is he dead for real?
Yeah.
Is he dead for real?
That got messy. Talk about like doing the worst possible thing at the worst possible. This is for both characters. The worst possible thing at the worst possible time, at the worst possible place. Obviously they're trying to do crowd control. That obviously didn't work. It backfired. And then of course you see, obviously A-Train's brother gets injured on top of that, and A-Train's kind of at fault too for I don't like the way he handled it. I think he could have handled the situation better and could have prevented it from getting worse. So yeah, that was just messy. That was actually, I'm not gonna lie to you, that was actually kind of hard to watch because you didn't want to see those people get hurt, and it was tough to watch. And then you see, A-Train he doesn't know how to handle it. And like Tadmuk said earlier, he would probably have no business. He's just doing it for his image.
This was all a PR move for him. To be fair to him, Vought kind of forced this on him. I don't know what he thought this was going to be. He was just going to do a cute little commercial and say, oh yeah, we all need to listen to each other. Now I make money off of this thing. This is good social commentary. There is a lot of that. There are people getting rich off of the BLM movement. And this is what A-Train is trying to do for himself. But it didn't work out. He didn't do it very well. Vought is in control here, not him. He was just going to go there and say, yeah, we need to stand up and we need to fight for our rights and we need to push for change. And he was just going to say the lines. He didn't think they were going to put him in a situation where, okay, well, here's Blue Hawk. And he's going to issue an apology and you're going to be up there with them side by side. He's like, wait, that's how I have to handle it? Well, yeah, because you work for Vought and you got to do it the way they say to do it. Blue Hawk gave a terrible apology. Obviously, it wasn't written by him. It was written by someone at Vought.
Yeah, PR, yep.
When he read it, it couldn't have been more insincere. The actor who played Blue Hawk did a really good job. You could tell it was so phony. He didn't believe a word of it. He's like, oh, yeah, and I'm also going to donate $10,000 to this community center or whatever. Nobody gave a crap about the $10,000 either. Instead, what happened was they as soon as he goes off script, he goes right back to his standard bigoted talking points, well, that guy was a criminal. He had it coming. I don't over police in black neighborhoods.
I
That
can't
shit
be
was
racist.
fucked
I
up.
have black friends like A-Train. Okay, motherfucker.
Who he just
fucked up.
who he
That
just
was
Yeah,
so
exactly.
But this is what I'm saying. This would have had a lot more meaning if we had seen a little bit more of Blue Hawk in previous episodes.
Yeah.
We didn't. What if he does?
I don't even think that that's necessary, though. I think Blue Hawk's kind of a plot device. I don't really think.
He's supposed to
I
be a
don't know.
caricature. He's not supposed to be
Yeah.
a real person. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't think there's any investment in him either.
No.
The series could
Yeah.
move on and never show him again, and it'd be probably better for it.
And I
But
think,
it also-
I think when he gets says it's gonna be satisfying. Just saying.
It's a foil.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's to move A-Train's story forward, clearly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, he's just there for someone to mess up A-Train and get him off track.
It's just funny because, like, you know, first A-Train was like one of the more like disliked characters. Now they're trying to make him likable. Now, you know, you begin to feel the dislike towards him again. You know?
Well, yeah, because he doesn't believe a word of it, and if he did, he would have, you know, not killed innocent people himself when he was addicted to Compound V. So it's hard to really feel for A-Train. It is easy to feel for A-Train's brother. He didn't deserve to get caught up in any of this, and I don't think
No.
A-Train's brother knew what kind of guy A-Train really was.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
point, too.
They might be brothers, but I think there was a lot that he was keeping from him.
Mhm. Exactly.
All right. So, finale.
But now,
Not yet.
Not yet. What else you got, Joe?
Still have to talk about the legend.
The legend. Refresh my memory. It's been a.
Crimson.
The guy who found or who was harboring Soldier Boy. Guy that was doing coke all the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
I loved him.
Can't remember the actor's
just as
name,
a
I don't know why.
character, because he was effectively a talent manager, and the way he acted was just like how talent managers act, certain types of them with their actors and actresses that they have in their stable, and that's exactly how he handled the Soups. And to me, I just thought that was really awesome, because they almost do kind of need a handler, and they do have these awful celebrity personas. So I enjoyed the character, and I enjoyed that scene.
Mhm.
Well put. And you can tell they need a handler. I mean, look what happens when some of these Soups go off script.
Right.
It's not pretty.
And I don't
Remember how
think-
they started? You remember when they started how none of them did their own tweets? It was all done by corporate?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. And I like how Huey reacts when he's like, "Hey, you want some?" He's like, "No, I've already done a bunch of coke
Yeah.
today."
I'm full.
Oh, yeah, of cocaine. Yeah.
Oh god, this show does not hold back. All right. Anything else, guys? Just because it's after 10, so we're just see if there's anything else. We,
2 words.
yes.
Seth Rogen.
Oh my god! This is a good way to lead into the finale. Okay, so
Yeah.
first, I'm just gonna say right now, I love Seth Rogen. He cracks me up. Shout out that he's gonna be Donkey Kong. But yeah, like the anal beats.
Yeah. Did you get him? Yeah, I did.
Oh my god, that shit was funny. I'm sorry, that killed me. I mean, it's just Seth Rogen being Seth Rogen. I thought that was a clever cameo.
Or how he'll forever be known now as Sir Comes-a-Lot.
Well, I mean, he still managed to finish, which I think is the craziest part of that.
No, that seems about right.
That was funny. I'm sorry. That is.
But they're like, it's like Lay's potato chips.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Yeah.
It's like Lay's potato chips. Once you start, you can't stop.
No.
Yeah, once you pop the fun, don't stop.
So Crimson Countess,
Yeah.
she knew that Soldier Boy was in Russia the whole time.
Yes.
Mhm.
That
She
was a
wasn't
twist
talking
to
in
me.
previous episodes. It really puts the couple scenes that she's been in a whole new context, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does.
Yes, that was and that confrontation, dude, like she was fucking scared. I just love it. She's like, listen, he's gonna kill us all. Like, I was just like, talk about an intense build up of intensity. You know, when she was like panicking, like, do you realize what's gonna happen? He's gonna kill us all. And, like, none of us are safe. Like, let me go. He's gonna kill us all. You know. And
you know they probably
and Billy stood his ground. I loved it. Billy stood his fucking ground.
Billy flat out killed Gunpowder. If a soup is gonna die, fine, good. That's his goal, to kill all the soups.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll let Starlight and Maeve go, but that's pretty much it. He doesn't want any soups around. If Soldier Boy's gonna kill them all, great. Less soups for him to have to kill later.
2 birds, 1 stone.
That's it. Did you guys see the animated spin-offs?
Yes.
Oh yes.
I've been preaching that for a while.
Remember when 2 soups killed, and he's like, "Wow, that worked out even better than I planned it."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because he Billy got a hold of his drug dealer or whatever. Yeah, I remember that. That was...
Spike is whatever with something like this.
Yeah.
Put this in it. Oh man, 2 soups killed. That worked out even better than he thought.
Yeah, and then finally when Soldier Boy shows up and just, you know, Havoc. I'm just gonna say the Havoc beam and just like, Toasty. Hang on. Hold on, I got that for you guys. Hang on.
Got it queued up. Toasty.
Yes, I loved it. It was, you know what it kind of reminded me of when they showed her fucking fucked up, burnt out corpse. It almost reminded me of Batman '89, where the Joker shook the dude's hand and his corpse is laying there all burnt out. That's what it kind of reminded me of. I thought that was maybe a nice little touch, there, that the way her corpse was laid out. I know, it's fucked up.
Yeah, it does kind of remind me of that Joker buzzer. So good.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm just saying the corpse there, the burnt out corpse. But yeah.
So do you think Soldier Boy is in complete control of his powers, or do you think he just kind of goes off out of control? I mean,
knowing that he's been captured for so long, I think I don't know, it's hard because I feel like in New York City, he couldn't control it. Like when he blew up New York City, like he couldn't control it. But when he confronted Crimson, he had full control. And then I feel like when he did it to Kamiko, it was out of reflex. So
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to put it exactly like that, but the way you're saying it, that's exactly how it is.
Yeah. Because I feel like he's learning to control. I think he was aware of his power when they experimented on him, but he never.
He's basically been strapped.
Yeah,
he's basically been strapped in his head for 50 years. Now you get out there. He's out of practice.
Yeah. But like I said, he did Kamiko out of reflex. New York City was an accident. This time he had full control. You know, obviously he was ready for it, and you know he stood his ground, stood in place, and just blew her away.
Absolutely.
And then here comes Billy. Yep.
Yeah.
So what do you guys?
Go ahead.
No, you go, because I have a question, but I want to hear what you have to say first.
I was going to say, with the show itself, and comics and everything, I think I read somewhere that somebody, I don't know if he left DC or if he's still with DC, kind of spun off to create these comics. And if that's true, I'm going to bring this back into your realm, Tabak. If that's true, guest characters for Injustice 3, maybe?
One can dream.
I know.
I mean, but it wouldn't happen because obviously The Boys is Amazon and, you know, DC's Warner Brothers. I mean, they could work out a deal for it, but
hey, never say never.
Yeah.
But I feel like The Boys works as a parody or like a satire of the DC, the superhero genre in general. As soon as you start crossing over and having them actually meet each other, then the satire bit of it sort of falls apart.
Yeah.
Right, they just become part of the genre.
I would love to see a Boys-related video game, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I'd play it.
Fighting game, RPG.
Why not both? I'd take either one.
An RPG with fighting game elements.
All right, okay, I got one. Better guest character, Omni-Man.
Ooh.
Yo, did you guys watch that death battle with Omni-Man versus Homelander?
Yeah.
No.
I haven't seen that.
That was good.
If Omni-Man didn't win, I call shenanigans.
I'm not gonna say it. Just watch it. Just watch it.
Okay.
It's
All right,
really,
let me
really good.
write
Death
that
Battle.
down.
Death Battle does good work. You gotta give those guys their props. They do good work.
Right on.
Yes. But yeah, I guess we could start wrapping this up here. Do you guys just want to go around the circle, give it a final rating, and plug yourselves one last time?
Yeah, why don't you guys go first? I'll go last.
Okay. All right. So Pretty Garden, floor is yours. Go ahead and give the episode a rating 1 through 10, and plug yourself away as always.
All right. I am going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. For me, I just felt like the writing was really solid and it has me pumped and ready to go and to see where this season takes us. So very excited for this upcoming episode tonight and the rest of the season. As far as where you can find me, we got my links in the description box for this video. So definitely check me out, say hey. And thanks again for having me, NerdCage.
Of course, and remember everybody, link is in the description to Pretty Garden's channel and her Twitch and all that good stuff. Please, they are not only that they are fantastic content creators, but they are wonderful friends as well. All right, Joe, go ahead, give your rating 1 through 10, and tell everybody about tomorrow and Tuesday.
All right, my rating's going to be an 8 out of 10. So it's a little bit on the slower side, but it was still enough to keep me going, and it'll run right into the next episode, which I'm watching right after this.
Yep.
I have a feeling this is going to be maybe the best one. I have hopes. I have high hopes. And then that leads me to tomorrow, where we go back to Mortal Kombat Deception Conquest mode.
Hell fucking yes. Possibly the finale, but it's been a wild ride. That's twitch.tv/NerdCage live, people. All right, Joe, and go ahead and tell them.
And next Tuesday, we go back to the world of survival horror with Resident Evil Remake.
Yes, excellent. So like I said, once again, twitch.tv/NerdCage live. That will be at 8 o'clock on Tuesday, 8 o'clock on Friday. And we hope to see you there, hang out with us as we play these old school games, just how we remember them. All right. TabMuck99, go ahead, give your final rating on this episode. And again, once again, thank you for coming in. Your perspective on everything was freaking awesome, so it was kind of cool to get some new blood in here. But yeah, go ahead, give a rating, and plug yourself away, my friend.
Thank you so much. Super excited for you guys to finish up Mortal Kombat Deception's Conquest mode. You will see what happens with Shinnok's Amulet. I don't know if you guys seen this one from Zavi, but that's their recreation of the Shinnok's Amulet, limited edition, only 500 made. So glad I got one of these bad boys. Yes, if you want to find me, I always talk about Mortal Kombat lore and other stuff related to the Mortal Kombat franchise. You can see my channel at youtube.com/tabmock99. And of course, a link is in the description. I want to give a huge thank you to Jay and Joe for having me on this show. And of course, to Pretty Guardian. It was very nice to meet you for the first time, finally. It was great being part of this panel. My final rating for this show would be an 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was good. I like seeing the plot move along. I didn't think it was slow at all. I think it was just right. Only thing I thought was that the writing was a little sloppy when it came to the commentary. And where do the writers really stand on cancel culture? Are they for it? Are they against it? I don't really care either way. But guys, pick a side and stick with it. Don't be all over the place because you can't have it both ways. 8.5 out of 10 for me. Thanks again.
Well said. And once again, thank you for helping us with the fantastic Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm watch party stream on Saturday.
Yes.
That was a shit ton of fun. Pretty Guardian, we saw you, even though you dropped
I popped
you
in.
dropped a bomb on us.
What
We even
bomb
got
did
to
I
see
drop?
Zelda Manson.
Zelda.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk more about that, but
Yeah, we
yes,
will.
Thank you so much. That was a great stream. Also, shout out to our friends Tosi Komidogu and Mad Mike Jones. I mean, that was my first time watching the show in 26 years, and I'm glad I got to do it with those guys, and that was hella fun. So that's for me. Again,
Thank you for having me on that one, too.
I'm very biased with the boys, and I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. I can't get enough of this damn show. It just keeps me going. This
And you got me pumped for episode 6 now.
Yes, this was a perfect setup, and then this show speaks to me. The day I give this show less than a 10 will be like Armageddon. Okay, so just throwing that out there, guys. This is why we cover it on NerdCage Live. And yes, just a friendly reminder, we will be. Joe just mentioned we're gonna be on Twitch tomorrow night. Again, pending. Obviously, I should say pending, but following Mark's announcement and his departure, I just want to let everybody know that we're going to be finishing up the coverage of The Boys. We're going to be doing episode 6 next Thursday. We'll be doing episode 7 the following Thursday, and then Sunday the 10th, we're actually going to do the finale, spoiler discussion. When we're done with this, and then on top of that, July 8th, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, will be the premiere of the Mount Rushmore of Action Stars video. That will be the last video.
Oh, so excited.
Yes.
I know, right?
It's baking in the oven and smells mighty fine right now. And me and Joe we have some stuff that we have planned for it as well. So look out for that on July 8th, Friday. That'll be premiering. And then we're going to be doing we're going to be finishing up The Boys. And then we're going to take about a month, at least a month-long hiatus. But don't worry, we're not going anywhere. In fact, we're going to be making 2 major announcements, so stay tuned. I can't tell anyone. I can't tell you guys now, but I promise you guys are going to be floored when we drop these terrific bombs on you guys. Well, I just want to let everybody know I'm just trying to be transparent as possible. We're going to finish up The Boys. We're going to do the Mount Rushmore, and then we're taking a much-needed break. You guys will understand. When it happens, you'll understand. But we will still be gaming on Twitch. That's not going to stop. But I will be in Chicago for a couple weeks, so there's going to be no Twitch stream that week.
So what exactly are you doing in Chicago anyway?
Jesus! And I'm hoping to connect with some friends as well. I got friends in Chicago. I've been talking to, our dear friends, Master NerdCage, Master Christina. I'm hoping to connect with those guys too. So yeah, trust me, I will definitely vlog about it. If you're on the Facebook discussion group, I will definitely post videos and pictures for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Deep dish pizza. I'm for it.
I will send you the name.
Deep dish pizza.
Yes.
I will send you the name of the best pizza restaurant in Chicago. In fact, it's called Rinaldi's, but I'll send it to you later.
I haven't tried. I had Pepinos and I had no, not Pepinos. That's I think Syracuse. Pequods. I had Pequods and Giovanni's.
Well, here's what's special about
Giordano's.
That's it. But here's what's special about Rinaldi's. When Mortal Kombat first went on test run at Times Square Arcade, right across the street, there was a pizza restaurant that the Mortal Kombat team went to celebrate their success. That was Rinaldi's Pizza, and they're still there today. The arcade is closed down. The arcade closed down, and it's not there anymore. But the pizza still exists.
There's Gallup and Ghost. So I've been there before, but I'll go to Gallup and Ghost again. And, of course, I want to try Au Chevelle, the best burger in Chicago, supposedly, and Wiener Circle, because I want to get cursed at.
Wiener Circle.
So for those who don't know, Wiener Circle is a hot dog joint in Chicago. If you go there at night, the workers call you names and curse you out. So I would love to hear what insults they have for me.
I hope you record a video of that and either post it to your Facebook group or to the NerdCage channel.
I absolutely will. Absolutely. Yeah, Jay's vlog #1, getting cursed out at. Yeah. It'll happen. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so again, thank you to everybody. Again, go to the link in the description to sub these fantastic people up. Now that they're wonderful content creators, but they're wonderful friends as well. And we appreciate everybody being here. Again, we'll continue the coverage. We're going to resume coverage of The Boys next Thursday, and we'll see what panel we have planned. We'll have to wait and see. So that being said, we please ask you to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like Compound V. So do you guys say, from yours truly, Syracuse, New York, to all of our friends around the world, at NerdCage Live, TabMug99, and the Pretty Guardian, we enjoy life, stay safe, do your push-ups, eat your vegetables, and good night.
Good night.
See ya.
Good night.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful!
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe! Run for your life, Joe!
Running.
Run faster! Oh no, Joe! The galaxy's doomed because of you!
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe!
Thank you.
About
Yo! That's f***ing diabolical!
humanity.
Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Ooh, trying to get out of the NerdCage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!